Hello and warm greetings. My name is Julius Bwesigye. I would like to focus on accountability as a notion that concerns good governance. I want to talk about accountability with reference to the idea of taxation. We all understand what taxation means, that it's a right that the government exercises that puts us on duty as citizens to give a fair share of our profits and earnings to the government. In developing countries, it seems to be the culture that everyone that heads a government simply has a right to collect taxes. I guess the reverse is true. Collection of taxes implies a duty on the part of every sitting government to invest back in the services that benefit the ordinary people. These services include health, these services include education, these services include investing in a robust infrastructure network. Increasingly, there is a habit, a practice by countries from global south. I think that's a fair way to state it because right from Zambia, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, several other countries in the global south literally develop infrastructures by obtaining loans. And what to me is of great concern is that they collect domestic revenue and mismanage it. You get the headline in the morning that one principal officer in the government has swindled almost what the whole country has been collecting in form of domestic revenue. And then the next day, you have the second headline that the same government has gone to China to obtain a loan that shall be used to develop our road network. You are able to see that there is a problem in that particular approach. This is the problem to do with accountability, that you collect revenue instead of coming back to account to the people that see, this is what I had. You definitely come back and say, see, this is what I have been doing with your particular revenues. I have constructed roads, I have constructed bridges, I have constructed airlines, I have constructed health centers, I have paid workers. You simply say that, see, what I got from you has been swindled, but I have obtained a loan for you from Beijing, and you will pay this loan in the next 60 years, so don't be afraid. You won't pay it alone, even your grandchildren will pay a portion of this loan. It is like mortgaging the country under the cover of accountability. So in the long run, you have a people that have an Entebbe Express highway. Yes, they are cruising on it, and because a vast majority of the nationals are not interested in the issues to do with governance, all they want is, is there a road? Yes. So you will have politically won the battle, but how about your legacy, especially to the grandchildren who will come? And this road is already in pieces, and they have a huge debt burden to bear because you did not make sound decisions. And that's one area of accountability. The second area is investing in education. What do we have in the country? We have a government that collects taxes from the ordinary people. So after obtaining these taxes from the ordinary people, they proceed in a succinct manner to privatize education. So most of the parents that have children, you understand what we go through every time. It is the turn for sending children back to school. You have the stresses up and down that cannot allow you the peace of mind. What should be the ideal position? The ideal position is that yes, privatization is a good idea. People should be encouraged to invest. Privatization brings in what they call FDIs, foreign direct investment. Investors from abroad come and start projects and generate further employments. But of course, there are also problems to do with profit repatriation. We cannot forget to look at the same. But where is the problem as far as our country is concerned? The service sector, especially to do with education, deserves to be regulated. Or there should be an amounting amount of pressure that sends these private investors to a compromise. But the problem, unfortunately, is that, especially here in Uganda, we have given up on public schools. So the government is no longer considering itself to have a duty to invest in education, and all the schools have been privatized. Those that should have been left in operation have been demolished, especially Shimon schools here in Kampala, in preference to malls and other infrastructures that have been put there. And then there is a danger of monopoly powers. So these investors establish their schools where they are at liberty to determine how much tuition is paid, and tuition is a function of demand and supply. So the children of the rich, those from affluent families, shall walk in and pay the high ticket, and the children of the poor and the middle class people like us, we struggle to meet the same standards, and a vast majority of our population shall now go without sound education. That's a problem, and a problem that purely has remedies. If, for example, the government set in a maximum tuition structure above which no singular investor can go beyond. So they state that yes, you have a right to have a license to run a school, but you should not send for school requirements that go beyond this limit. You shall not raise your fees structure beyond this particular limit. Here, you are using what they call a revolutionary approach. You are making it possible for the parents of the poor. You are making it possible for the vulnerable children to go to school and access sound education. Because in the end, you find that the future of this country rests not upon the destiny of the children of the rich and those who have been raised in affluent families, but there are these young people from poor families that come out to be important citizens as far as governance and other areas are concerned. So we must jointly raise our voice. This that I'm doing is part of raising my voice. You have different ways through which you can require your government to account. And please, let's not give up. There is hope. God bless you.